Welcome to Lead Quick Video. Our focus is to provide you quality information and assessment of issues without any form of political coloration. But in this video, we want to answer one of the pertinent questions that have been agitating the minds of Nigerians as it has to do with the forthcoming election. That is the question of the Muslim ticket by the All Progressive Congress, APC. Now, the ticket of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Shettima, in view of the many analyses that have been provided to the public, is there anything to really worry about? Is Bola Ahmed Tinubu a religious fundamentalist, or is he a political fundamentalist? What do you think? Now, why we don't promote the consideration of religion in leadership? Because to us, we believe that leadership is about competence, character, and consistency. However, we encourage the demonstration of political and religious tolerance in the discharge of our duties and disposition to sentiments and sensibilities of Nigerians, especially when you are a political leader. So in this video, we shall be answering the question whether Bola Tinubu is a fundamentalist and whether there is anything to worry about in the Muslim ticket. Now remember, in one of our previous videos that we call the President's Pedigree Quality Index, if you have not watched it, please click the link above your screen to understand our scoring index of each presidential candidate as it has to do with competency and character and capabilities to solve Nigerians' problem. In that video, we analyzed each of the three frontline candidates with regards to their detribalized nature, and we scored Bola Tinubu 7 out of 10 because we have evidence that he was able to walk across tribes, both from the south to the north to the eastern part of this country. Bola Ahmed Tinubu have political allies and relationships. Now, this is one thing that many of the supporters of Tinubu have gone to the public with, by sharing his achievements and relationships across diverse tribes. But one thing that many supporters of Tinubu and Nigerians in general have missed in this narrative is the fact that there is a difference between tribalism and religious fundamentalism. First, while tribalism is majorly being attached to your tribe or to one's tribe, religious fundamentalism is broader. Now, the term fundamentalism can be used in very different religious contexts and texts to describe the devotion and strict loyalty to a set of principles or ideas. Religious fundamentalism is the approach of those religious groups that look for the liberal interpretation of original religious texts or books, believing that teachings obtained from this kind of reading must be used in all social, economic, and political aspects. Religious fundamentalists believe that only one view of the world can be true, and their view is the only one that is true. There is no room for ambiguity or multiple interpretations as far as religious fundamentalists are concerned. Religious fundamentalism has a political nature and identity, and it feels threatened and insecure against who they consider as their enemies and the forces of evil. Religious fundamentalism takes different forms at different times and places, all of which have similar characteristics. Just like we have Christian and Islamic fundamentalism as one of the forms of religious fundamentalism, I would like to add that we have political fundamentalism as one of the forms of religious fundamentalism. This is the key information that we are passing out to the public, so that we don't miss, the fact that one is a detribalized person from one not being a religious or a political fundamentalist. Now, another factor that informed our conclusion that political fundamentalism is a form of religious fundamentalism is the words of Karl Marx, who described religion as the opium of the masses. He said, the masses. Now, you will agree with me that today, politics has become the opium of Nigerians, as politicians have learned to use every political cycle to distort reality and confuse Nigerians by buying votes from either party delegates or the general voting public during general elections with meager monies to cushion their temporal pain. So, my thesis on political fundamentalism will flow from the established practices of religious fundamentalism, which presupposes that religious fundamentalists believe that only one view of the world can be true, and their view is the only one that can be true, and that there is no room for ambiguity or multiple interpretations. Therefore, political fundamentalism, in my thinking, is the belief that your religious brother is the only person that should be appointed to higher political positions, and that only members of your religion can better serve or protect your interests. So, can we prove that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a political fundamentalist? Here are the facts. We are going to present you with the facts, and we will leave you to make that decisions and to share what you think with us in the comment section. So let's begin. First and foremost, we have come to acknowledge the fact that Tinubu has been the sole administrator extraordinaire of Lagos State, and I think he got this title or this position by merit, because among all other governors of his time, he is the one that has remained more relevant in terms of the politics of the state. Now, we know that Tinubu determines who becomes the Lagos State governor since 2007, when he left office as the governor of Lagos State. Since that time, Lagos State have had 3 governors in the person of Babatunde Rajifashola, who served between 2007 to 2015, and Akinwumi Ambode, who served between 2015 to 2019, and the current governor in the person of Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who is serving from 2019 to date. Here is the big deal. Except for Akinwumi Ambode, the rest 2 of these governors are Muslims. Another distinguishing consideration for you in making a decision whether Tinubu is a political fundamentalist or religious fundamentalist or not is the fact that of all the governors solely supported or appointed by Tinubu in Lagos State, it is only Ambode, who is incidentally is a Christian, that was not allowed to complete his second term in office because Tinubu withdrew his support for him. Meanwhile, Ambode is one governor that is celebrated and is said to have performed above the other 2 governors that were supported for their second tenure by Tinubu. Now, if you juxtapose this incontrovertible evidence with his recent choice of a Muslim candidate as his presidential running mate, and the breakdown of appointments in his presidential campaign council, you will discover that majority of the key positions outside of the Director General of the Campaign Council are also Muslims. For example, out of the 20 advisors in the Campaign Council list, only 6 are Christians. What do you think? Is Bola Ahmed Tinubu a political fundamentalist? Let us know in the comment section, and until then, see you again.